Now, people, this is something really important that you need to understand about Ebola. It is what scientists call it as a zoonotic disease, and that basically means it doesn't actually begin in humans. It starts in animals first, and then somehow it makes its way to the humans. Right now, researchers believe fruit bats are probably the main carriers of the virus, although scientists still haven't confirmed it completely. And here's the scary part: humans can get infected either by coming into contact with infected fruit bats directly or through non human primates like monkeys and apes that were already infected by those bats. Now, here's another thing most people don't realize: Ebola is not just one single virus. There are actually 6 known types of Ebola virus. But out of all of them, there are 3 strains that are responsible for most of the major outbreaks the world has seen: the Zaire strain, the Sudan strain, and the Bundibugyo strain. And the outbreak we are hearing about right now is connected to the Bundibugyo type. What makes that important is this strain is incredibly rare. Before this, it has caused only 2 known outbreaks in the history. Just 2. Now, at this point, some of you might be thinking, wait, don't we already have Ebola vaccines? And the answer is yes, we do. In fact, some Ebola vaccines and treatments work extremely well, with some studies showing over 90% efficacy. But here's where the situation becomes complicated. Most of those vaccines were specifically created for the Ebola Zaire strain, not for the Bundibugyo strain that's causing the current outbreak. And that changes everything because, as of now, there are no officially approved vaccines or treatments made specifically for this version of Ebola. And people, another huge reason this outbreak became so dangerous is because it stayed hidden for too long. The Bundibugyo strain is much more difficult to detect since many of the Ebola tests are simply not designed to detect it properly. So while everyone was trying to understand what was happening, the virus was already spreading quietly under the radar. Now add one more layer of difficulty to this. The outbreak started in a remote part of the Democratic Republic of Congo, a region already dealing with armed conflict, weak healthcare infrastructure, and people constantly moving from one place to another. In conditions like that, stopping an outbreak becomes extremely difficult. And sadly, the situation became even worse because of cuts in foreign aid, which reduced the medical resources and support in those areas. So, when you put all these pieces together, delayed detection, limited healthcare, conflict, lack of resources, and vaccines designed for a different strain, you can start to understand why healthcare officials are taking this situation very seriously. And honestly, events like this remind us that in today's world, a disease outbreak in one small region can very quickly become a concern for the entire planet. That's why early detection, rapid response, and countries working together matter so much. For now, all we can really do is wait and see how the situation develops over the next few weeks and hope that containment efforts work before things get even worse. Till then, thank you for watching and take care.